Welcome back to another episode of Comedy's Dead. I'm Saundra. I'm your host. And it's a fucking comedy podcast, guys. So, I guess get ready because I don't know what I'm going to do. I just know listen, I have complaints. I don't know who's listening because that's the downside to podcasting. I don't know who's on the other end. I don't know what you look like, how you dress. I know nothing about you. So, anyways, and honestly, you know what? I really don't give a shit. I don't care. I really don't care anymore. That is where I'm at, folks. I could give a shit about the future, the country, who wins the election. I used to care. When I was younger, I cared. I mean, I wanted, a bright green future and everyone to be happy. And I wanted, the kids in Africa to get food. And now I could care less. I don't care. Like, people talk about what's going on in Haiti. Don't care. I could give zero fucks, okay? And I know this may make me sound like a horrible person. And maybe I am. I don't know. But like I said, I don't care. I have to figure out how, and neither should you guys. See, here's the thing. I don't know if anyone really pays attention when they're scrolling on social media. I mean, I think people used to. I think there was a time when people would read what you posted or they would watch the videos that you posted. And it didn't matter. You could be at work, you could be on a plane, whatever. You could have your sound off and people would put captions in their videos. And you could decide if you wanted to click on whatever bobblehead was, flapping their gums at you, while you're 3,000 feet in the air, then you could decide to click on it. Like if you liked what you were reading in the captions, that's the point of captions. So you can read what they're saying. Okay. But we don't do that anymore. Like at all. Like now everyone uses CapCut and I think there's other software as well, but I think the main one everyone is using now is CapCut. So, which is technically stolen technology from Adobe. We're all aware of that, right? That is, CapCut was created by BitDance, who owns TikTok, and they basically stole all of Adobe's information, which, whatever, that's fine. I could care less. Steal, everyone does it, so whatever. But the fact of the matter is, everyone that posts now, whether you're a comic or, I don't know, whatever, if you're talking about, you're trying to sell puppies, it doesn't matter what you're using the internet for, okay? I mean, you're using the internet for something, okay? So if you have to make a video, you use the stupid CapCut and you use their captions. But here's the thing, guys. It's not designed for you to read what the damn person is saying, because you can't. Like if you're scrolling and you'll see all these videos with these flashy captions, but they're fast and they're quick and it's one word at a time. And our brain's not designed to process language, conversations, thoughts, one word blinking, fading in, fading out really quickly, and they change colors. No, guys, that's not how the brain processes fucking language, okay? It just hypnotizes you. And it grabs your attention because we are programmed and designed through evolution to focus on things that are moving, especially when it's like rapidly flashing in front of your face, okay? So, I mean, I'm just pissed, okay? Because yeah, I can do that in Adobe. So maybe, I mean, they make it a lot easier. I don't know how you would do the fade ins and fade outs without doing like the timestamps or taking it into After Effects. I mean, so now I gotta figure out CapCut, and I'm just pissed because it's like, why shouldn't I just figure out how to put like, I don't know, big tits and squirting pussies on? I mean, that's basically what it is. Why can't I do that? I mean, why doesn't CapCut have because that's where it's going, guys. That's the future of porn. All right. It's not going to be a real person anymore. Eventually, it's just going to be like bouncing tits and squirting pussies on your screen. And that's what's going to get the kids off. That's what they're going to be doing. That is the future, folks. But you could do that and Adobe, you would have to find a pussy, and then you would have to find some type of squirting or raindrops or whatever, and you would have to take it into After Effects, and then you could make the pussy squirt in After Effects. So I don't see why CapCut just doesn't put that in their options. But anyways, so that's what I'm going to be doing the next few days is figuring out how to do CapCut, because that's what everyone does. And I personally think it's bullshit because they're selling out. And yeah, I know if everyone does it, you have to do it, because then your videos won't even get any traction. I don't even think the social media companies will even put your videos up in any sort of feed, because if everyone's doing it and it grabs your attention, so you sit there and you stare at these words because you're hypnotized, then it trains you. It trains your brain not to look at other videos that have real captions and language and words that you can read, that your brain can process, so you can fucking learn something, or at least, I don't know, read about squirting pussies. I don't, whatever, okay? I'm pissed. And I know I was giving Elon Musk a bunch of shit last week. And I'm going to do it again today, because I need CapCut videos to practice with, okay? So hang in there, folks. Give me a second. Because I was on Twitter today, and now that douchebag, Elon Musk, is doing the same thing. He uses CapCut technology, and he'll use it. This is what he did today. He posted some video, but it wasn't a video with it was visual. You could see it was a video, but it wasn't of a person. It was like of a speaker or something. So you could tell that there was somebody talking, but then the language was the CapCut. So it was like one word at a time. And it was like the fade in and different, they were highlighted, how it's captivating you. But it was Elon, so it was like really slow, because he never says anything. He never makes an intelligent statement. And I know everyone talks about how smart and intelligent he is, and he's just a genius. And it's like, he created PayPal. That's it, folks. He created PayPal so he could better manage his porn subscriptions. And that's how he became the richest man in America, because of squirting pussies and big tits. That's all he wanted. He just wanted to be able to manage it because he's a control freak. Okay, guys, that's what's going on. So now I'm pissed because I got to figure out CapCut. Okay, anyways, so that was my rant. That was my warm up. So now let's get into the podcast, because guess what, guys? Speaking of douchebags, the most hated man in America. Remember that guy, guys? Remember Scott Peterson, the guy that killed his pregnant wife when she was 8 months pregnant? Lacey Peterson. Remember that all-American couple? It was my sophomore year in college. I remember it. And that was like the first real true crime. I mean, I know there was OJ, but I was a kid when that happened. So all that kind of stuff was over my head. But, a man killing his pregnant wife, I could relate to that, okay? I couldn't relate to an athlete decapitating his wife because, she was banging I guess, waiter. He was like a waiter, and they weren't even married anymore. This is his ex-wife, okay? Get over it, OJ. You're an asshole. Anyways, but okay, back to Scott Peterson. And we'll get to. Anyways, my brain's working. I'm thinking of things to say, but first, Scott Peterson. Okay, so I'm sure you've heard that the LA Innocence Project has agreed. Not even agreed. They're taking up Scott Peterson's case. They want him to get a new trial because they say they have found all this new evidence, okay, and that he's innocent. And if you know anything about the Innocence Project, they really don't take on cases unless there's DNA involved, because you can't really prove a negative. Right? Speaking of that, that's what my cheating scumbag ex, okay, who cheated on me all the time. I could do a whole series on the shit that asshole pulled, okay? But one night, I don't know, he's cheated all the time. So like, I needed proof. I was like, well, then prove to me that you're not cheating on me. And he's like, well, I can't prove a negative. And I don't know, what is this, Law and Order dipshit? I mean, yeah, you should be able to prove that you're not cheating on me. Like, you can start by not going out all the time at night while I'm home with our kid. That would be a great way to prove a negative, don't you think? But anyways, enough about that. But no, theoretically, and especially like in the court of law, you really can't prove a negative. I mean, you can poke holes in stories, you can prove that somebody else did something, but now because of DNA, you can prove a negative. You can prove somebody didn't do this because, the DNA in the squirting pussy isn't his. It's somebody else's. So he didn't do it, okay? You can prove a negative now. So that is usually the type of cases that the Innocence Project picks up, something with DNA involved. So when I heard this, and at this point, guys, I mean, if this would have happened a few years ago, I would have been like pissed off. But, I'm an American and it's 2024. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe he didn't do it. You've heard the stories. I mean, we have all this great technology, right? We podcasts. There's hundreds and thousands of podcasts dedicated to just, exonerations of innocent people. And the stories are mind-blowing, okay? It's like, wow, how could this happen? So yeah, he could be innocent at this point. So no, I really don't care. But I thought it was odd because I know there's no DNA. And guys, he did it, okay? I'm not gonna like string you along and play with you emotionally and make you think that I'm gonna go down this path saying that he's innocent, because I'm a real person. I'm not gonna do that, okay? He did it, all right? But I got on the Innocence Project's website, and they have this big banner right when you log in, and they're like, we have heard that the LA Innocence Project is picking up Scott Peterson's case, and we would like you to know that the LA Innocence Project is wholly and functionally independent from our Innocence Project. So, and see, but the media is not going to tell you that. The New York Post and the Guardian and was it the Daily Mail or whatever, they're not going to tell you that because they don't care. I mean, they do care. They want money and clicks. I don't care because I'm a fucking honest person and I'm not going to like emotionally fuck with you guys. But anyways, yeah, they said that the evidence that they found was from some blood-soaked mattress found at a burned van over at the airport. I don't know. Anyway, guys, he had one of the best lawyers in the country. He had Mark Garagos, okay? There is nothing that Mark Garagos did not do to prove Scott Peterson was innocent that a bunch of pro bono, bottom of the class, DEI, defense wannabe attorneys are going to do to help this guy. They're just trying to get their name out there so they can get more clients, so they can get more money. So, and they should, and they have the right to do that. And you know what? They should, because there's a lot of innocent people in jail. And this is the way at least our country works. So they'll get money and they'll probably be able to use that money to help real innocent people. Okay? It's actually really good practice for them to, try to free a guilty piece of shit. Because that's exactly what he is, guys. He's guilty, all right? I mean, come on. He was fishing in the San Francisco Bay the day his wife went missing. And I mean, and forget the fact that the body of his dead pregnant wife washed ashore on the San Francisco Bay 4 months after he was fishing there and she went missing. I mean, forget that. That's circumstantial. I mean, that could happen to any of us. I mean, come on, guys. But we know he was cheating on his wife. He had a girlfriend. Remember Amber Fry? Remember her? Okay, we know all that. So he goes fishing all day. I mean, fishing is something that you tell your wife you're doing when you're banging the mistress. Okay? He had this free time and he chooses to go fish when he could be banging the mistress? Come on, guys, that doesn't make any sense. I mean, people get caught up in the minute details that just really don't. A bloodstained mattress found at the airport. Come on, guys. The robbery across the street. None of them makes sense. It was him, okay? So, and that's the thing. And a lot of people, I don't even think these lawyers, I don't even think they read the case documents. There's no way. There is no way, because they're talking about this bloodstained mat. What? From a burned van? And and another thing that people don't bring up, they're saying that the court should test this mattress. Maybe so. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a legal expert. I don't know. Maybe they should. But you know what I do know is that there are rape kits, thousands, hundreds of thousands of rape kits sitting in storage units across the country, and current ones. Like, if you get raped and you call the police, and then you go to the hospital and you get your little rape kit done, the police don't test it. Like, they just store it. Like, most of the time it doesn't get tested unless they have like a suspect, I guess, to test it against. I mean, they collect the semen, and that's it. And they just sit and wait in some unit. And every now and then somebody will raise money in like a certain district or town or city, and they'll test a bunch of these rape kits. And what they find is, not only do they catch people because they're in CODIS or the DNA genealogy, so they're actually able to catch people, but they've also discovered that a lot of these samples, it's all the same rapist. So there's serial rapists out there, and now they can prove it, but all the semen's, because in some stupid storage unit, because the state, they don't test the rape kits. I mean, but we're trying to get some stupid mattress tested, okay? Come on, guys. This is why I just don't care anymore. I mean, you can't care, because if you do care, you're going to be depressed and on Zoloft or whatever antidepressant most people in this country are on. Not me, because I don't care anymore. But anyways, but no, the Scott Peterson thing. Yeah, I don't think this legal team, the LA Innocence Project, I think there's like 30 of them, if that. There's no way they read this case, because if they did, they would have discovered not only, we know Scott Peterson was cheating on his wife, which does not make you a killer in any way, okay? Not at all. But we know she went missing on Christmas Eve, December 24th, supposedly in a dog walk, but she washed ashore San Francisco Bay, where Scott Peterson was fishing that day, even though he really wasn't a fisherman. But anyways, so we'll start there, okay? Why did he get a boat? Why did he go put it in the water? Well, we have to go back to the beginning of December, because he was cheating on his wife with Amber Frey or Amber Fry. I don't know what her name is. And he was introduced to her from a mutual friend that he had met and actually hit on. He hit on this other girl that introduced the two of them because she was married. And they were on a business trip somewhere out of state. And she was like, well, I'm married, but I have the perfect girl for you. And that happened to be Amber Frey. So she introduced the two of them, and they started dating, and they'd been dating for 5 months, okay? When another mutual friend of, I guess, Scott's and this girl that introduced Scott Peterson to Amber Frey, they had a mutual friend, and it was a guy, and he was like, well, look, I think Scott's married, but you're going to have to talk to him about that. I'm staying out of it. So when Amber Frey confronted Scott, he was like, no, I shouldn't have lied to you. I used to be married, but I lost her, and this is going to be the first holidays without her, so I just didn't want to bring it up because it's upsetting. Okay, so she believed him, whatever, and he didn't have to worry about seeing her in this short period of time because he had already told her another lie, saying that he had to go on a business trip to Europe and do he owned a fertilizer company, okay? But the company was owned. It was like European owned, so he had to go to Europe. He had to go to France and Paris or whatever. I don't know, which that was a lie, but it doesn't matter. I mean, she believed him. So after he lied about the wife, he goes and buys a boat, this little aluminum dinghy that is not supposed to go in a saltwater choppy bay, but whatever, he bought it. And then he starts immediately searching currents and tides in the San Francisco Bay. Okay. And then he killed his wife and tossed her into the bay and weighted her down with all these weights. That's what happened, guys. There's no arguing that he was not a fisherman. Really, I mean, he's just an ambitious guy. I mean, to think about it, it's one thing to cheat on your wife and lie, and then it's another thing to, I guess, I don't know, imagine killing her and getting rid of her, because clearly, I mean, why would you? He didn't want to be married, okay? And to divorce her with a kid, that's alimony because it's California, and child support. So, I mean, I get the fantasy. I understand that. But I mean, I guess to like play it out in your head and be like, okay, well, I'm going to buy the boat, and then I'm going to buy the fishing license, and then I'm going to kill her. I don't know. Maybe. For me personally, like I could never imagine killing somebody. I mean, I can imagine somebody, accidentally tripping and falling down the stairs, choking on their food. I mean, all that is great. Like I have fantasized about so many people choking before. So I understand that. But it's one thing to think about it, but it's another thing to actually go through and buy the boat, look into the currents, to actually go through and do it all, and then like kill your wife. So I mean, he was a very like ambitious, prompt, prepared individual. I mean, so that's what happened, guys. Anyways, but since it is the Innocence Project, and at this point, who knows? I mean, there's been so many people that we thought were guilty, and they've had so many exonerations around the country. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they were able to prove that he was innocent. I wouldn't be shocked, okay? And look, this is one thing that I've never understood, and, you usually can't bring stuff like this up, but I don't care anymore. This is really bothering me. Why doesn't anybody ever talk about how ugly Amber Frey is? I'm sorry, guys. She's not pretty at all. Lacey was pretty. I mean, she's not. She looks like an dehydrated albino lizard. Okay, that's what she looks like. Okay, and look, I can say that because I'm old and my pussy's dry. Okay, it's a dry reptile. All right, so don't get mad at me. I'm just pointing out the obvious. And I mean, she had to be a freak in bed, right? She had to be just whatever he wanted, she was down. That's the only thing that makes sense. But I'm sorry, what? She's not pretty, okay? She's ugly. Everyone agrees. And if you think I'm victim shaming or being mean, whatever. She's the luckiest bitch. She's one of the luckiest bitches on this planet, okay? Do you know how much money she made from just being a slut? She got paid for all those interviews. She got paid for selling all those photos. Like you don't just have to hand over your photos to the media. No, they pay for them, okay? They do. And she got to write a book. Okay? Just for being a slut. Just for being an everyday slut like the rest of us sluts, she made millions. Anyways. Yeah, it's crazy though, the Innocence Project. I was I was listening to one of the exonerations, and this guy had spent, I don't know how many years behind bars for something he didn't commit, but they convicted him on hair strand analysis. And I get, that's another thing. Sorry, I'm gonna fix my hair. I try to see, I'm a stupid slut like Amber. I like to keep my hair right here on the side. Anyway, I looked her up recently, and she got bangs. And I don't know who allowed her to cut bangs, but she does not have the face for bangs. She needs to do one of those side bangs, and let that shit grow out, okay? Anyways, whatever. She doesn't. You think she cares? She could watch this right now, okay? She doesn't care. She's counting her money, folks. Get it? Anyways, this guy was on hair strand analysis, and I guess pretty much all the stuff that like we grew up knowing where it was like real forensic, like bite marks, hair analysis, ballistics, all of that is junk science. I'm not making, and that's not just an opinion. It's basically, it's all going away. It's all going away. You know, I'm sure you'll be able to maybe use some of it, but it's not. They've disproved it 1,000 times. That's why you're seeing all these what are those prosecutors called? Like the soft on crime prosecutors, but maybe they just call them liberal prosecutors. But that's why you're seeing a big trend in those in cities because we've been lied to. And that these experts, these battles of the experts that you've seen, the vast majority of them knew that they were full of shit. They knew they were just making this stuff up. They knew that there was no way that you could tell, you could make bite mark analysis and compare it and match it to somebody's teeth. And I mean, you had people sitting in jail, people on death row, okay, for like rape and murder. And the way that they convicted them was through bite mark analysis. But get this, like the DNA around the bite marks didn't match the suspect, and the semen found in the two kids didn't match the suspect. But an expert said, oh, but the bite mark on the arm, that's him. That's how bad it was. And that's just not one case. It's several cases. Several, okay? So... and it's total bullshit, and they've known it was bullshit. So what gets me is how many judges just didn't care. Like, are you paying attention? Are you listening to the evidence? And what kind of prosecutor prosecutes a fucking case like that? But yeah, so that's why we are in the situation that we're in. Like, you have just people that are stupid, people that don't care, and anyways, but yeah. So then there was then there's what is it? Eyewitness testimony. That just doesn't work. Like there's been so many people that have just been convicted on eyewitness testimony alone, which is even crazier. Because when you think about it, come on, guys, could you, if you were walking down the street and somebody robbed a house or whatever, and you saw them walking out, I mean, could you really tell the difference between Rachel Maddow and Tucker Carlson walking out of a house? No, you couldn't. No way. No way in hell you could. You couldn't. I know you couldn't. And then Bruno Mars in The Weeknd, or Trevor Noah in The Weeknd. That would be better. You couldn't. Okay? There's no way. And I know this. And I know this. I know this because speaking of, and this is another thing why I don't care anymore. We've established in the last podcast that I was a stripper in Vegas, and we went through that whole fiasco. But when I was working at the Rhino, this is a true story, guys. When I was working at the Rhino, my boss came and got me, and he had another girl with him, and he was like, follow me, and he was taking me back into the champagne room. And usually if a manager is grabbing you to take you somewhere, you're going to like a famous person, athlete, actor, musician, whatever. So he takes us back, and it was Samuel L. Jackson and some other guy. I guess he was in theater on Broadway or something. It was so long ago. I don't remember his name. I was more focused on Samuel L. Jackson. And this other girl, and I would like to say, we didn't dance for him. We just sat there and talked to him for like an hour and a half. I mean, you get like $800 just to sit there and talk to Samuel L. Jackson, okay? It was one of the coolest nights of my life. But this stupid girl was talking about how she loved, what was it, The Matrix? The Matrix, okay. So Lawrence Fishburne. So you can't tell. And he had his Kanga hat on. Okay. I mean, I get it. Like if he had sunglasses on because it's dark, you might be able to confuse Samuel L. Jackson and Lawrence Fishburne. But he had the Kanga hat on. Come on. So, I mean, eyewitness testimony, it's not good, folks. So that's why we're there. And speaking of the rhino and just how fake everything is and the media and these people, they get away with fucking murder. Okay, they lie all the time. And I know they lie because while we're on the subject of the rhino, I also God, this is so embarrassing. Okay, so one night my friend called me and she was like, "Why don't you ride to work with me?" And I was like, "Okay." And I had just moved out to Vegas, so I was like, "All right, I'll ride with you, whatever." And so we get there, and we weren't even there like a half hour. Okay, we were at the bar drinking, and then she's like, "Oh, we gotta go to the celebrity booth," because I guess her client was there. She had a client. And we go in there, and it's this guy, and he's cute. Like he's like younger and cute and rich, and he's with Ryan Seacrest. Okay, Ryan Seacrest, and this was so long ago. I mean, this was it was 2003 or 4, 2000, somewhere around there, 5. I don't know. Maybe 2000. I bet it was 2005, 2006. Anyways, so I'm sitting on his lap, we're drinking, and all of a sudden, like, he grabs and, like, kisses me. And I have my hand up. And I know I have my hand up because right when this happened, somebody opened the curtains of the celebrity booth and took a picture. There was a huge flash. There was, like, 3 of them. And this was before, like, this was 2005-ish, 6-ish. So it was way before everyone had an iPhone. So this was, like, a real flash. It was like a paparazzi flash, okay? And that was it. Nobody tried to stop them. Nobody tried to figure out who it was or anything, whatever. So, yeah, I was making out with Ryan Seacrest, sort of, kind of. My hand was up, whatever. And so the night, we spent like the whole entire evening with them, okay? And I rode to work with her. And then she's like, "Oh, we gotta go." I don't know where. Well, I forget what casino it was. Wherever they were staying, I don't remember. She's like, "Well, we gotta go with them because I'm gonna screw this guy for money." And I'm like, "Oh, great." And I was married at the time, so like, I'm like, "Fuck, what the fuck am I gonna? I can't. I'm not screwing Ryan Seacrest. Like, I'm not gonna have sex with Ryan Seacrest. I don't, you know." And so we go back to the casino. They go up to the room, and it's just me and Ryan, okay, down in like one of the restaurants, and we're just eating ice cream and we're talking about running. Truth, I swear on my life, we just sat there and ate ice cream and talked about how much we loved running. Like that's what we talked about. And when I got home, the sun is coming up. So my husband's getting ready to go to work. He's pissed, and I'm like, "Listen, this is what happened." And I explained everything to him. And I was like, "Just so you know, if something comes out on a tabloid or something, like I didn't have sex with Ryan Seacrest. I swear. We just talked about running, but somebody took a picture and I was sitting on his lap because I'm a stripper. You know, I sit on people's lap when I'm at work, you know?" And like 3 weeks later, it was all over the tabloids. Like this crazy wild night that Ryan Seacrest was having with some stripper. That was me. I was the stripper, okay? And that's fine. I don't care. It's a tabloid, like whatever. But it also, remember that show on VH1? It was called Best Week Ever. It was with Joel McCain or whatever. Okay. So somehow it got on that show, okay? But it had to have been 2000. It was 2005 going into 2006, okay? Because we went home. I don't know if it was for Christmas or Thanksgiving. Maybe it was more towards Christmas, somewhere around. There was a holiday. So we had came back to Indiana, and we were at my husband's parents' house, and everyone was there, and his mom was fixing dinner, and there was nothing on TV, so people were just flipping through the channels, and they stopped on VH1's Best Week Ever. I didn't know that story was going to be on. Nobody knew what was going on. And then all of a sudden, it came up talking about Ryan Seacrest, wild night, was a wild stripper, and it's me. And I was mortified, and I'm just like, what's for dinner? Like, I swear, I didn't have sex with him. We just talked about running. I swear to Christ. So, I mean, I don't know what to say other than, if a stripper calls you and wants you to ride to work with her, say no, because she just wants you to suck a dick. She just wants you to suck a dick. That is it. So what else did I want to talk about? Oh, yes, being a mom. Isn't that fun? That's a great transition. Going from sucking dick to being a mom. That's the natural progression, right? You're a slut, you get dicks in your mouth, and then you have a kid. But no, it's spring break, so my daughter's on spring break for 2 weeks because they do the year-round school, which I'm totally against. And my kid's driving me nuts. She's driving me nuts. She's gonna be a slut too. Yes, I mean she's been begging. She's 14 and she wants her belly button pierced, which isn't. I mean, I get it because I wanted my belly button pierced after I saw the Aerosmith crying video. Remember that with Alicia Silverstone? Anyways, so. But 14, is too young. I mean, I get it by 16 and 17, all girls have their belly buttons pierced. Most girls have, unless they're fat, and they have a fupa or something. Everyone has their belly button pierced. Like, that's just the way that it works, But I wanted her to run track because she's fast, and kids don't do anything anymore. They just lay around and stare at their damn phones. So, and she did do gymnastics and she quit. She broke her arm and whatever. So finally, I was like, fine, whatever. I'm like, listen, if you run track, I'll let you get your belly button pierced. And she was like, okay. So now she's like she's running track and we're on spring break now. And I wanted her to wait till after track is over, and she just keeps fucking asking and asking and asking, and she's going through my phone and she's like, did you call this piercing place? Did you do this? Did you call this guy? Because legally you have to be 14 in the state of Indiana, but all the places I call, they're like, no, we only do 15 or 16. And she's just fucking won't stop asking me. She's like, well, did you call? I'm like, if you ask about getting your belly button pierced one more time, I swear to God, I'm gonna drive this car into a fucking tree. I swear. And I'm like speeding up. I'm heading towards a tree. And I shit you not, she looked up, she waited like 10 seconds. And she's like, well, did you call this person? I'm like, what is that? That has to be some type of like mental disorder. I'm speeding up. I'm heading towards a tree. And she's not scared. She just wants the belly button pierced. So anyways, I think we're going to do that over spring break because she's driving me nuts. And these kids. Okay, so she goes, I'm like, and I don't know if you have kids, but if you do, you gotta lock your drugs up. I do. I have my weed. Everything has to be locked and hidden because she just goes in my closet. She steals all my makeup. I think she replaced my mascara with some like weird fake stuff she got off of like Amazon or something. And I don't even buy her. Other family will buy her Amazon gift cards. Okay. And then she just uses it to buy like stuff off of Amazon that's like fake stuff from China. And then she doesn't like it. And then she goes in and she tries to use my makeup. And I'm not home. So like I never have anything that I need when I need it. It drives me fucking insane. And she got all my... Because like I told you, me and Ryan Seacrest talked about running. I love running. I'm a runner, okay? Surprise, surprise. I love it. Only I have degenerative disc disease and I have arthritis in my facet joints now. So I can't really run as much. So I do the stair stepper and I walk on an incline, or I can run on an incline. But anyways, I used to run marathons and half marathons, and I'm fast, whatever. So I have all these T-shirts that I've collected through time, and she got them and she took them all, and like she wears them around like You know, like she ran the marathon or ran the mini or whatever, and like she's like proud of it. I'm like, you didn't earn that t-shirt. Like you don't do anything. You just lay in your bed and stare at your phone all day and stare at TikTok. Like I finished in the top 1% on all those t-shirts that you're wearing. Do you know the top 1%? Yes, I am bragging. Okay, and I know Ryan Seacrest never did the top 1%, but he's fucking a spokesperson for Casino Royal or whatever gambling thing they do on these podcasts, whatever, the ads. Anyways, I'm just pissed. Speaking of sluts, I am so mad. Like, anyways, yeah. Yeah, whatever. I know. I'm in a toxic relationship with my kid, okay? I am. Because it's just her and I. Like, you can't have, I'm a single parent and I only have one kid. So, like, that's toxic. It's totally toxic. Yeah, it's just not good. It's not. I had to get a new couch, sectional, this whole get up, and we were at the furniture store and we were arguing like a married couple. We were arguing over the color of this stupid sectional, okay? And I was like, well, one, I like the blue better because it's like a gray blue. It's a gray. I shouldn't say blue. It's a gray. It's actually a pretty gray. It has a nice like pink tint to it depending on the lighting, which will just be gray in my living room because we don't have very good lighting or sunlight, so we're just miserable. We're deprived of vitamin D. But we're arguing over the color, and I'm like, no, you're right. We'll get the brown because it will lighten the room up, and I need color. I need color in my life. And of course it was out of stock, so we had to get the gray. And now we're sitting there, we're arguing in front of this like sales lady, and she's like, well, we're gonna have to paint the walls white. I'm like, we're not painting shit. Like, anyways, it's toxic. It's a fucking toxic relationship with my kid, okay? Yeah, and then like and she'll go because it's just me and her, and like it'll be midnight, it'll be a weekend or a spring break, and she'll be in there like trying to eat waffles or something, and I'm like, you're not eating waffles, like I'm sorry, you're barely 5'4", okay? You can't have waffles at midnight. It's just and I have no backup. I have no dad. I mean, she has a dad, but he's he doesn't help with like raising the kid. I mean, he'll pay, like he'll pay to raise her, but he's not involved in the actual like molding of the child. He doesn't care. Anyways, which is probably smart, but I only have one, he has a bunch, and so the stakes are higher for me. And look, I'm sorry, I don't want a short fat kid. Okay? I don't know how else to say that, but whatever. Anyways, I don't know if you've gone furniture shopping lately, but it's insane. Everything everything's recliners are nice, okay? But everything is power. It's power reclined, okay? So like you push a button and it just kind of does it on its own, which sounds great, yes, but that means your goddamn couch has to be plugged in. And because it's all electronic, it raises the price, okay? And my living room is an open layout, so there's no walls to put my couch against outside of maybe the fireplace, which doesn't work. So I had to spend more money on these. I had to buy 2 battery packs because we couldn't plug the couches in. So, I mean, it's just bullshit. It's total bullshit. And it's just another way to raise the shareholder value. That's what it is. And these places, they talk about like the DEI and your yeah, it's like your DEI rating or whatever, and the shareholder value and the Friedman doctrine. I mean, I'm not an idiot. I understand how a little bit about the economy and Milton Friedman and Jack Welch. I get it, and I get that now. Larry Fink is saying, "Whoa, guys, you have to give back. It can't just all be about shareholder value." And that's bullshit. That's just so like the people don't like come burn your house down and eat you and take your furniture. Okay? So now you have the new ratings or whatever, and every furniture store you go in, they have these huge banners and they talk about how much they're giving to charity and they're helping, poor kids in Africa. And it's like, No, you're not giving shit back. You just raise the prices on Americans, okay? Nobody needs an electric vibrating recliner that has, LED lights, and all the cup holders and like an electronic automatic, you just push a button and it lifts up like you're in a Tesla or something so you can put your stupid fucking big gulp in the cup holder, okay? It's a fucking couch, all right? So anyways, I'm really in a pissed off mood. And then I have to go to the grocery store. And I'm sure, I don't know who grocery shops and who doesn't, but it's hell. It's fucking hell. And because I'm such a health conscious person and I want my kid, I care about my kid. So I buy healthy food. Everything is expensive. And you can't even get grapes. Have you tried buying grapes recently? You can't buy grapes for under $9 for grapes, fucking grapes, okay? And it's because of the wine industry. And yes, I know the grapes are different. I know they use different grapes for wine and then table grapes are different. But it's still all related because the fucking wine industry is so big because people are so miserable. They just want to go home at night and drink wine. And they have fucking wine depots in like every suburb now. And so the farmers that would grow table grapes have decided to say, fuck that, and they go into the wine industry because it's more profitable. So it decreases the table grapes and it raises the goddamn price. And they use all the same fertilizers and, the water, they have to share that, and it's all the same equipment. So it drives the price up of good food, and it's driving me insane. I don't see why the hell the government doesn't subsidize fucking table grapes. It just makes me so mad. And then, speaking of shareholder value, I mean, why do stores they do this like twice a year? They go in and they completely move everything around. They redesign this fucking store, okay? Outside of produce, which is usually where I stay, but I need to buy salt and pepper and I need to buy spices when I run out. So I went in, my kid was having a sleepover. I needed grapes and I needed salt and pepper. I was almost out of salt and pepper. So I go to the spice aisle and they moved it. They moved everything around. And they do that so like you wander around the goddamn store lost and you buy more shit. But not me, because I don't care anymore. I get pissed and I take that big fucking cart and I bang it into every display. I don't care. Like, fuck the spaghetti sauce. I make a mess. I do it on purpose because I don't care. And people need to fight back. So that's what Comedy's Dead is about. Fighting back. Don't take the shit from these corporations. Take your cart and smash it into the display. Anyways, I did that. I don't care. Fuck them. Anyways, so that has been Comedy's Dead. So like, follow, subscribe. And I got to figure out how to chop this up and put it into CapCut. So you can just stare at some randomly placed captions that you can't even read. Because you know what? The longer you stare at whatever, it doesn't matter. Bouncy tits and squirting pussies, whatever. It doesn't matter. As long as you stare at it, it will make money for the social media companies. Because you're hypnotized, and that's what they want. So when you think about the future and where the future is going, they're gonna put chips in our brain. They already have Neuralink, and eventually they'll just control us. Like, we'll be their servants, and we'll probably get to choose which software, which program. Do we want to be a droid? Do we want to be an Apple? Whatever. We'll have a little choice, but that's it, guys. We're not here for us. We're just here to make money for the shareholders. To increase, that's the meaning of life. The meaning of life is to increase shareholder value. So anyways, like, follow, and subscribe, and that has been Comedy's Dead.